Hello, hello. I titled this What's Going On because that is really what I'm talking about today. So, we have a lot of things going on in the world, and I don't want to even get into any of that type of stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about our inner world. What are you doing this year to prepare your body to move forward? What changes have you decided to make? What things are you looking at to transition into or with? Or are you releasing some things? Because for me, I have decided, and I actually already started releasing some things. I did a little release ritual on the new moon or the full moon, and I released some things that I have been holding close, some things that I really didn't share with anybody. I've been releasing and letting go and shifting. And so, what I want to say today is don't be afraid of the shedding, because in order to shift and release, you have to shed. You have to let go of things that no longer serve you. And I hate to say it like that because I hate when people tell me that. But you have to release things. You have to let it go, especially things that you were holding on to so tightly. One of the things that I realized when I moved across the country, I put stuff in storage. Now, I don't know what in my mind thought that I was going to come back to get all that stuff anyway. And a lot of it was junk. I don't think I even stored furniture. I think it was mostly like books because I had several bookcases full of books. It was probably, some of my photos and things for my kids and stuff. I missed that. However, everything else was pretty much junk. And I think about it now, I don't know what was going through my mind. And the thing is everything I tried to do to save that stuff didn't work. Like I just really ran out of money. I got out, went across the country, and I started working probably within a week or so after I got there, which my cousin was so shocked, but that's me. That's how I do. And so I started working, but it was like very part-time and, here and there was on call. And so sometimes you worked a day and a week and sometimes you worked 2 days and every once in a while you might get 3 days. They were 12-hour shifts. And so I did that and then I found something else and I started working and I did that and that was a horrible job. I hated it, but I worked it and until they fired me. And so when they fired me, I was excited that they released me because I was tired of that place, but I still had to come to Jesus meeting and think, okay, I got to find a job because, you know, um, sometimes you run out of money when these type of situations happen and it's really, really rough and nobody really talks about it. Or what it is people try to talk around it and cover it and do all kinds of stuff. But I believe that that was the time when I really started diving into God's grace. And I started really realizing that, you know, there were things that I needed to do. We were taught and conditioned that, we think about God when everything goes wrong and when there's a big mess and when you've gotten yourself into something crazy, that's when we think about God. But uh as I've looked back, as I have looked back, okay, so this is like a remembering. As I have looked back in my life and seen that during those times when I felt like God was missing, it wasn't that. It was that time when I needed to do something that I was trying to push on God. Because we do that. And I'm not talking from the religious point of view. So I'm not talking from, the church. I don't care about that. I'm talking about between the relationship that I have with God, them, the collective, the source, the universe, whatever you call them, I'm calling them God. And so I really believe that that reckoning happened for me because I needed to really dive down and understand and see the patterns too. Because for me, that was like that was that knocked the wind out of me, put it that way. Because I had never been fired before in my life. I had been quit many jobs, many, many jobs, many jobs. But I had never never been fired. And so that was something, and I had to go through something in my mind about that and get myself together, so that I could be who I knew I was. Because that kind of stuff, especially when you are out of work for a while, it puts fear into you, especially if that's how you make your money and that's how you have done it. I've been a business owner for decades, but I never was a business owner where I made enough money in my business where I could not work my job. Okay, so I always had a side hustle, you know, and sometimes an expensive hobby. But what I'm going to do going forward, I'm going to do some workshops. I plan to do monthly workshops, and I'm going to do them around the new moon. So when it's time for us to be in this space of receiving and the energies are high, we're going to be doing a workshop. So join me. Be on the lookout. I'll be posting stuff here. And I also am on YouTube. So I post there, and I also post on Facebook. So if you see any of those spaces, watch those spaces so that you can sign up for these master classes, these workshops that I'm doing. So, so far I have two that I'll be presenting. And to be perfectly honest, I'll know which one by the end of the day today. But one is on receiving and how to receive, because I noticed that so many people have a problem with receiving. They don't have a problem with giving, but they have a problem with receiving. And I believe also that that was conditioned as well. It really was. For me, my grandmother taught me when I was about 15 years old how to receive. So I know how to receive. You don't have to worry about me. But I want to share with other people because I have been encountering people that, don't know how to receive. And so I'm going to do a workshop on that. And then there's another one, but I just can't remember what it is right now. But I'll be sharing. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing these monthly workshops. And I would love for you to join me. I would love for you to come and join me. They'll be hosted on Zoom. Yeah, it's going to be on Zoom. Yeah, and eventually it'll probably be on Spatial with Zoom. I'm not sure how to connect it. We're gonna figure it out. However, this one is on Zoom. So I will see you on the new moon, and I think that might be Sunday. So if it is, I will see you on Sunday, definitely. Um, I'll post the Zoom link so you can join us on Zoom. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can stream it over there to Substack. I don't know, but I'll find out. And if I can stream it, I may do that, or I'll stream it to YouTube. We'll see. We'll see. All those things will come up. But suffice it to say, monthly masterclasses and workshops, I'm so excited about it. And I hope that you would join me. And for those of you that are subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. If you are not a subscriber, get on it, hit that button and subscribe. Thank you so much. You know you love listening to what I have to say. I hope your day is magical. And again, thank you for being here. Also, thank you for watching my podcast, Straight Out of Savannah, where the magic happens. And magic has been happening. I have another beautiful, beautiful young lady that is speaking that I'll be uploading Friday. I think is the upload Friday at 5:11 p.m. You can watch it. Also, you can watch it on YouTube after it airs on Substack. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you are an aspiring um, spiritpreneur, come on and join me and get on my list, because right now, January is filled. We're working on February. So, and I have enough people, I think, from this post I put out on Facebook and need a guest, that I could probably fill up my whole year, because I only do two. But I record 2 podcasts a week. So if you are a spiritpreneur and you want to get some visibility, I'm here. And that is what I do. I help spiritpreneurs to get visibility. I see that. Thank you. All right. So have a wonderful rest of your day, your week, whatever it is that you're doing. It is hump day. It's hump day. And y'all, I gotta give a plug in for Avatar. We went to see Avatar. It was very good. So if you haven't seen it, it's great. Now, I do have to tell you that it is 3 hours, and it is a solid 3 hours. So, you know, act accordingly, go to the bathroom before you go and, don't do like I did and just drink water like a crazy nut, and then you have to get up and go in the middle. But, just, sip as you go along, whatever, and, but there's always a little quiet spot that you can run out if you need to. But it was such a great movie. I have to give it, 5 stars. It was very good. So again, thank y'all for joining me. Thank you for subscribing, and I hope that your day is magical. I did drop in the comments the link for my mini intuition course. And I call it mini. I should stop calling it that though, because it really isn't mini. It really does cover a lot in a short amount of time, which is my specialty because that is how I like to learn. So anyway, thank you. And I hope that your day is magical and that everything that you desire comes true for you today. This is Tammy signing off with the $1 Billion Voice. Bye bye.